G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Aaron. This is Barnsley's Builds. This is a documentation of my ute. The whole series has been working up to this point. One of the biggest things in a restoration is the colour, and after the little play intro thingy, I'll reveal what colour I'm going to paint it. All right, so as you can see, the ute's still sitting on the rotisserie. I'm just finishing off all those little 1%ers on the bodywork, but also after choosing the color, or one of the things that made me actually fast track the color choice is that initially I was going to paint the firewall inner guards black. And since then I've had a little bit of a look online and what other people are doing. And I think it looks better if it's color coded. And I've had a look at a few forums and things like that. It seems to be the going consensus is to color code the engine bay. I think initially I wanted the black to sort of bring out the engine, but black can sort of almost cheapen, I think, the build, because it's sort of like an afterthought. If you paint an engine bay and guard black, you can really change the color of the outside of the car without taking the engine out and doing that. So I think if you're doing a real custom paint job, you might as well do everything, and I think it'll add that level of complexity to the overall finish of the build if you do inside the engine bay as well. So that's what I'm going to do. And so in order to do that, I need to do it on the rotisserie, because it's just adding complexity, putting it on the chassis, then taping up everything else and getting around it. So much easier if I just leave it in the position it's in, finish all the bodywork, which has basically been done. That's all been polyester surface now. All the guards have been done as well. There's no highs and lows on the wet tests. The sills potentially could do a little bit more, but I'm just going to leave them because they're sills and you're not going to really get down there with a fine tooth comb and have a look at small undulations. It's 99% there. I'm happy with that. I'm going to leave it. Otherwise, you could just I'll be here till next Christmas. But everything else is really dialed in beautifully. The body lines are really working well. That surfacer has done the job of feathering out those last little nooks and crannies. So anyway, in case you're wondering, this isn't a little mouse or possum sitting on my chest. I've actually got a Rode microphone system now, which is finally given me some good audio, which is much better than the phone audio. Unfortunately, it comes like a little rodent. There's not much you can do about that. So for now, it's going to be sitting on my chest. So anyway, at least you can hear me. So anyway, I'm really happy with the bodywork. I don't care how long it takes, as long as I'm happy with it. With the metallic color, it needs to be spot on as well, especially a dark metallic. So while I'm talking about metallics, I might as well reveal the color. So here it is. Okay, so if anyone that's been following the channel would have seen a couple of episodes ago, I went through with a series of 3D renders all the color choices that look good on these Kingswood bodies, especially the style side utes. I went through the colors that were done from factory. I've done some custom colors. I ran through some custom colors that I would like in the gunmetal range, and also some colors that push the gunmetal tint with a slight bronze or copper tone in it. And I was out there hunting around. I spoke to the guys at DNA Paints with their gunmetal because I really liked that. Unfortunately, we couldn't do a custom tint inside that gunmetal because they do a lot of R&D with their paints, and obviously there's no off-the-shelf color with that combo in it. So to customize it wasn't possible. So I started to look around further, delved deeper into the internet, and came up, because I'm a bit of a Porsche guy, I've got the 996, so I sort of started to look around a few of those colors, and I tripped up a color which was from a series 911 and Boxster from 2012 to 2017, and it's called a Anthracite Braun in German, but it's actually anthracite brown. The color code is M8S for short. It's got a few little other codes after it, but that's essentially what it was on the internet. And it is a metallic anthracite brown, and this is it here. So I've done a test color here on the top of a stainless steel bowl because I didn't have anything else, and I just thought the curves on this would really replicate the body shell of any car, really. It just gives you a bit of an undulation, some nice curves and a bit of a ripple at the top. So Yeah, you can see initially at first glance it does look gunmetal, but when you get it out in the sun, and being in the booth here, it's not going to do it justice, but you get some really nice darks, which was what I was after, and you get these nice really light contrast highlights, which is what a gunmetal's all about. But you can see as the sun hits it, you're starting to get that sort of shine through of bronze or brown, but I'd like to say bronze because I hate brown. I never want a brown car. But just a little 5% of that tint coming through in the flake when it's in the sun as you're walking around it just punches out a bit of that bronze in the gunmetal, and it's pretty much just nailed what I was after. And the beauty of it, it's not a custom code. So I can just say to the guys in Perros, give me that. And they went bang, gave me a little sample pot of 100 mil. I sprayed it on this and also sprayed it on another car part that I had, a little panel out there, just to give you a bit of an idea. And this is the result. I'm really happy with it. I'm going to run with it. And to replicate the color if I needed more is very easy because it's code and it's all down to the minute millimeter for that reason. So that is the color. Love it or hate it. That's the thing with the build. It's very personal. You know, you have to do what you like at the end of the day. You can't please everyone. A lot of people would have liked to have seen this ute in a bright color. I'm just not that way inclined. I wanted to see a bit more of a metallic car, and I think the Kingswoods really do it justice well with the body line. So that is the color. I'm going to take you through a process now of how I sprayed the sample. Got Perros to guys to mix it up, just in a 100 ml sample pot. I've picked up a little cheap, super cheap auto gun. It's a little patch gun or a model gun, just a 100 ml pot. And I'm going to use this old panel that I've got from Rare Spares for the door repair. I know that I did spray, those who watched, I sprayed some paint on this before. It sort of captured some really nice lights. I've primed that just so it's a consistent base coat for underneath, because I know that the primer colour can definitely change the top coat colour. So I want to make everything consistent. But also that's probably not the shiniest finish on that. It's a bit rough. So I thought I'd grab a chrome bowl as well. What I'll do is I'll prime this, but this finish on this is probably really similar to how smooth the panels are going to be. So it's going to give me a good indication of reflection in the light. And also just that nice domed curve and the ripples at the top, I think will give you an indication of all the different variables of how the light's going to be captured on the actual body of the WB. So they're the two objects that I'm going to paint. And yeah, I'm going to start setting it up now and get some paint on it. And that's it. So anthracite brown, that's the color I'm rolling with. I can't wait to get it sprayed. It's getting closer and closer now. So in a couple of weeks, it's going to have the firewall painted back on the chassis, and then I reckon it's going to be smooth sailing from there. Once again, if you're after a hoodie or a t-shirt or the new singlets, jump on to Teespring. The link's in the description of the video. Grab yourself one of those. As always, thanks for following. I've got a lot of updates on Instagram at Barnsies_builds. If you want to find information out in between episodes, go to there, and I'm posting videos all the time. And if you haven't considered subscribing, please subscribe and follow the journey from video 1 to now. Until next time, see you then.